Good morning all, Jeanette here, and welcome to the Neal's Homestead and to another bitterly cold day out here on Bristle Ridge. As you can see behind me, we do have some sunshine, and that makes things a lot better. Thanks for coming. We're only in the first half of November still, but we've already had two pretty good sized snows. And it's so cold this morning. It's 12 degrees, but the wind chill, the feel-like temperature is only 2 degrees. That makes chores a lot harder. And we weren't even expecting cold this early, and so we weren't quite ready. We're having to make do a little bit with some improvisation, and especially in the watering. So let's go see what old guy's up to.
Since the weather has turned so cold, we're locking the ducks inside at night now. And as you can hear, they went out. But I got to fill our waters because we can't leave water in them at night because they will freeze and bust. So I've got to fill the waters and put out in the outside pen before I turn them out because they just swamp me when they come out and I'm watering them. So I got to wash the waters out and refill them and put them in their pen and then let them out. And then I've got to get the eggs picked up very shortly because it's down to 12 degrees and those eggs will freeze and bust in not too long a period.
I've heard stories of ducks staying outside in the mud and letting it freeze and their legs getting frozen in the mud or the water. And I don't doubt that our ducks would do that, so that's why we put them inside. The quail are inside and protected from the wind and not so much from the cold, except that the body heat from the ducks in here probably warms it up a little bit. We put a bag on the floor of the pen so that they could get off of the wire and not have air coming up underneath them. And we've taken their waters away and we just have bowls, and you can see that their bowl is empty and they want some water this morning, so we better get at that. This is one of the eggs that was on the floor already this morning that is cracked because it's frozen. I don't see any cracks on that. That one looks frozen inside kind of, but it's not cracked.
I can find the lead. She didn't lay yesterday.
Here's a quail egg. Think it's cold, Mama Hen? The quail that I have in this building are really lucky and they don't even know it. They've even got a heater I've got plugged in right here that is keeping it a little bit warm. I have it on 59 degrees, so it's not super warm, but it's keeping the chill off and keeping things from freezing up. So let's see about getting them some water. And some food. Well, I'm back to using my glass watering dish that goes with a quart jar because the other galvanized one that I had fell apart. But they always knock it over, and I think they probably spill the water that's left in there and end up with not enough water. So I need to get another one of these that screws on. I split some off and put them in this other cage that's here. It's down. But look what they do. There are 2 quail in that feeder and they can't get out. Sometimes they're not very smart. So I gotta get them out of there. Get back, little quail. There's an egg. Don't get out. And you two. I don't really like this cage very much, but at this point I don't have anything else to use. For one thing, I don't like the way it opens. Lots of crowing going on in here this morning. And this circle is where I had the ducklings whenever we gathered them up and took them to that chicken auction. I've got to get that cleaned up because I have another like 60 or so ducklings in the house that have hatched out in the last 2 to 3 days. And I hope to move them out here very soon. Funny when cold water feels warm. Okay, we have a little bit of fighting going on in there. The quail, especially the males, get aggressive with each other. It's very unfortunate, but I don't know how to make them stop. We got the chores done up again, and it doesn't make it easy when it's so cold. And the snow actually helps a little bit because it insulates the ground and doesn't let things freeze up as bad. But it sure makes hard keeping the waters fluid so that everybody has a drink. And it also helps that the sun shines. That makes me feel better, and so I'm a lot more likely to get outside and enjoy the outside nature, even if it is cold. Wind was pretty calm first thing this morning, but it's starting to pick up, and that makes it feel a lot colder out here. I guess because it's so early, our pond hasn't even started to crust up around the edges. It's still got a lot of heat in there. If we had these temperatures in January, it would definitely be iced over. Well, thanks for coming around again on the Neal's Homestead, and we sure hope we'll see you next time.